Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So as I have been posting, Google is starting the phase out of third-party cookies in the Chrome web browser, where they are ending support for third-party cookies in Chrome, which will be phased out completely, Google says, by the second half of next year, 2024. And third-party cookies are being replaced by a feature called Privacy Sandbox in the Google Chrome web browser. Now, if you want more info regarding Privacy Sandbox, I have posted some videos previously. Just do a search accordingly. And the previous video I did post, I'll leave down below if you'd like a little bit more info. Now, Privacy Sandbox, also known as Add Privacy in the stable version, can be found by heading to our settings, privacy and security, and here we go, Add Privacy. And regarding the Add Privacy, Add Topics is a feature now that's part of that privacy when it comes to the Privacy Sandbox, where Add Topics, basically what it does is it doesn't track you as an individual regarding your browsing habits. And what it does is when this feature is turned on, it places you in a group. So Google says advertisers can't send you advertisements regarding your browsing habits and track you as an individual. You're placed into a group, and then each group which has similar browsing habits, then you'll be sent advertising relating to that group. So nobody's ever recognized as an individual, so to speak. Now, regarding this, Vivaldi has published a new article, and it seems that the browser wars now are continuing once again, and said that they won't enable Google Topics in the browser. Now, Google Topics can be toggled on and can be toggled off. You do have the choice in the stable version to toggle the feature on and off. But regarding the feature, Vivaldi has now had a couple of strong things to say regarding their take on topics. And they say Chrome now directly tracks users and generates a topic list it shares with advertisers. And they say basically that this is, and I'm quoting, simply ridiculous and a deceitful attempt by Google to appear to be privacy orientated while introducing new means of spying on their users. This is Vivaldi's take on Google Topics and the phase out of the third-party cookies and replacing it with the so-called Privacy Sandbox. Now, Vivaldi says in short, and I'm quoting once again, Topics is among Google's attempts to replace the third-party cookie as a means of identifying people online by striking a balance between preserving people's privacy and preserving companies' abilities to buy and sell targeted ads. So basically, that's their take on it. And what Vivaldi has said, that Google Topics API will not be enabled in Vivaldi, and it cannot work in Vivaldi. And it would need two things to make it work, and they say that they have disabled both of them. So basically, Vivaldi is saying that there's only two ways Topics can work in the Chromium-based web browsers, because both Chrome and Vivaldi are based on the open source Chromium platform. And Vivaldi is now making double sure that Topics will be disabled in the browser. And there's two methods they've gone about by doing this. They have said, number one, it would need a setting enabled for it to collect local profiles about you. We have disabled the setting by default, and we forcibly do it in a way that means that changes to Chromium cannot remotely enable it. So that's number one. And number two, they say, before exposing the Topics API information to websites, Chromium checks if the setting is enabled or disabled. So they forcibly make it always return disabled even if it is enabled. So obviously this is stuff that's taking place under the hood, and Vivaldi has basically done two things to make it work, and they have disabled them both in the browser. So obviously Vivaldi taking a strong stance regarding the Add Topics and the Topics API, and have disabled that now completely in their browser. And Vivaldi basically says that users should not be exposed to this sort of privacy invasion, and the browser should be protecting you from it. And that's they've also mentioned, even if you can turn the feature on and off, that's how they feel that it is a privacy invasion. And I thought that was interesting, and just putting it out there because I do know a lot of you use Chrome and or Vivaldi, and I thought this was interesting regarding the continuation of the browser wars. And this is obviously Google's progress now, and they're moving forward now to phase out third-party cookies and replace it with Topics and Privacy Sandbox and so on by the second half of next year, 2024. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.